Overview. While the 2023 Tesla Model Y is more popular with purchasers than the Model 3 car on which it is based, it is still a far less satisfactory proposition. The electric crossover is less maneuverable on winding roads and has a shorter range, but it still outperforms rivals like the Ford Mustang Mach-E and the Volkswagen ID in that regard. The Y's interior is made of low-quality materials, just like the Model 3, and all of the SUV's controls are located on a single touchscreen display that is affixed to the dashboard. Its pricing also puts it in competition with upscale EV SUVs like the Genesis GV60, Cadillac Lyriq, and Audi Q8 e-tron, all of which provide greater style and superior construction. However, the Model Y can be ordered with a feature that rival Utes don't have, giving it an advantage with families that have young children: a third row of seats. Updates for 2023. The Model Y will carry through to 2023 with no major alterations, save for a new base model with a 279-mile range. However, the business has a reputation for making changes quickly, so adjustments could be made later in the model year. The long-range and performance versions provide 330 and 303 miles of range, respectively, which is the most important factor to consider when purchasing an electric vehicle. The long range, which optimizes driving range while providing lots of performance, is our recommendation. There are just 5 exterior colors available, 3 of which have an additional fee, and there are limited possibilities to customize your Model E for an extra $3,000. Those who want the third row of chairs can add them. Interior. The Model Y lacks the intricate falcon wing doors found on the bigger Model X crossover. Instead, much of its interior is shared with the Model 3 sedan. Like that automobile, it is entirely devoid of buttons and depends on a sizable infotainment display that is positioned in the middle of a straightforward dashboard. Although the cabin's all-glass top gives it an airy feel, it is extensively tinted to protect people from being baked in sun belt areas. We doubt the Model Y's third row of seats, which are an expensive $3,000 option, will be roomy enough for adults to ride in comfort. Almost all of the Model Y's features are controlled through the huge, slender infotainment display that sits in the center of the dashboard. It takes some getting accustomed to the fact that everything is displayed on this display, from the climate control to the speedometer. In addition to video games that are ideal for wasting time while waiting for the battery to charge at the public charging station, the Model Y offers the same entertainment features as the Model 3, including embedded Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube applications. Don't worry, while the car is moving, drivers cannot use these distractions. Engine. The cost-leader standard range rear-wheel drive trim is no longer available in the Model Y series. There is no harm done because the Model Y's long-range and performance versions provide better value than a standard range trim, and the next base model will have the same dual-motor all-wheel drive system as the other two. We were able to test an all-wheel drive long range, thanks to a kind reader of Car and Driver. It reached 60 miles per hour in under 4.4 seconds, barely 0.4 seconds slower than our long-term Model 3 sedan. In our tests, the performance variant reached 60 miles per hour in only 3.6 seconds. Despite its remarkable acceleration, the Model Y doesn't provide the same amount of driving enjoyment as the Model 3. The Model 3's handling is less crisp because of the greater center of gravity caused by the SUV body, and the Y's ride is much harsher over potholes on the road. The anticipated range for the performance model reduces to 303 miles while the all-wheel drive long range delivers 330 miles of range. However, the latter has 20-inch wheels, a lowered suspension, a faster stated acceleration, and a special track mode. It also has a greater peak speed, 155 miles per hour. The entry-level model has a shorter range of 279 miles per charge than the other two models and has a different battery pack. The EPA estimates that the long-range model gets 127 mph in the city and 117 mph on the highway, compared to 115 mph in the city and 106 mph on the highway for the performance model. Only 94 mph and an estimated 220 miles of highway driving range were achieved by the long-range model on our 200-mile highway fuel economy test route, while 98 mph and 230 miles were recorded by the performance model.